it's Coach Michelle Hong. We're on to day 4 of the Stretch With Me series, and we're going to be working towards the Chinese spiral. So if you want to be able to do things like this, then keep on watching. So we're going to start on the ground, and we're going to go into our lunge. And this time around, we're going to lift our arms up all the way to the ceiling. We're going to breathe in through our nose, out through our mouths. And arms go up, breathe in through our nose, out through our mouth. Breathe in through our nose, out through our mouths. And if you can, place your hands to the side of the mat. And if you need some type of support, you can use blocks, you could use books, you can get creative around the house. If you need pillows, go ahead. Use those. And then for me, I'm going to try to stretch back here. I'm breathing through my nose, out through my mouth. Breathe in through my nose, out through my mouth. I'm getting deep into the inside of my thigh, my groin area. This has to be stretched out to have a fully extended Chinese spiral. Breathe into my nose, out through my mouth. Breathe into my nose, out through my mouth. And then we're going to transition into a deep side lunge. Right now, my ankle is not as strong as what it used to be because of my injury. So I'm not going to be able to lift my body up, and I'm not going to put all the weight in my left foot. So this is a modification. So I'm breathing in through my nose, out through my mouth, because I still want this inner thigh stretch right here and right here. And I'm going to flex my foot, and I'm going to point my toe, flex my foot, point my toe. I want my arms, you don't want your arms back here. You want your arms on the inside of your inner thighs. You want your heel to be flat on the ground. And you're trying to reach your elbows towards the mat. Breathe in through my nose, out through your mouth. Awesome. Okay, now we're going to switch over to the lunge on the right foot. So, once again, up, out, now we're going to switch over to the opposite side lunge. So, as you can see, my butt is lifted off the ground here because I could put more support in this side of my ankle. This is the strong ankle. And I'm going to put my hands on the inner part of my thighs. You don't want to lean back like this. You want to be able to use your glutes. Use your muscles to push yourself up and get your glutes off from the ground. You're going to breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth. Now, we're going to lie onto our backs, and we're going to open up our hips. I'm going to do a 4 position. So I call this a 4 position because I'm creating, I'll show this way. I'm creating the number 4 with my legs. 4. Okay? So we're going to do 4. And you're going to grab your calf. And if you're here, that's totally fine. If you're here, that's okay too. But you're going to eventually lift, lift, flip and pull your free foot closer to your chest. Relax. Awesome. Okay, now we're going to go back onto our pike and reach forward, hands up, reach forward, and we're going to cycle through. 10, 9, So now we're going to get onto our hands and our knees, and then we're going to do opposite arm and leg up. And we're going to go reach up, pull in, reach up, pull in. We're exercising our glutes, our abs, our hamstrings, our quads. We want to be able to develop back strength and leg strength. So one of the things about the Chinese spiral is that you have to stretch out your hips, and you also have to make sure that your knee is directly behind you. So before we get to our chair work, I wanted to stretch out our hamstrings. So on the Chinese spiral, when you tip forward for the stretch, for the actual spiral position, you're definitely going to need to utilize this hamstring muscle and make sure that that's not only strong, but it's also flexible. So I'm going to have you guys do a forward fold, all the way down to the ground, okay? And you'll notice that I want to hug the backs of my knees. Out through your mouth. Breathe in through your nose. Out through your mouth. Now I'm going to take my two fingers and I'm going to, oh, the chair's in the way. I'm going to take the two fingers and I'm going to shift them towards the mat. So this might be crazy to some people that I'm touching the ground with my arms behind my back. If that's too hard, remember, we can always use modifications. Let me get this modification for you. So if that's too hard, you're gonna grab your tool and then you're gonna separate your arms as far as you can possibly do it. And you're gonna try to inch your shoulders as far as you can to the ground. You might be here, you might be here, you might go all the way over here. This demonstrates how much shoulder flexibility a person has. So if you're able to reach the ground, that means you have very mobile shoulders. Okay, and if you get better at this, you want to make sure that breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth. And I'm going to inch myself up one vertebrae at a time. So you see how I shimmy shake? And I want my neck to be the last thing that rises up. Fantastic. Okay, now onto the Chinese spiral on the chair, forward. So I'm going to grab my foot as so. So my hand is here and goes to the out, or actually the inside of my foot. Okay, and then I'm gonna lean forward and start to bend my forward elbow so I can lift up. Oh no, off balance. So we're gonna start over again. I'm gonna put my hand here. You want it to be arm's length away from the chair. Okay, and you're gonna tip forward by bending your forward elbow. And what you'll do here, what you'll notice is that my shoulder is coming closer and closer to my ear. I do not bend my top arm at all. I keep that arm straight. So I grab the inner part of my foot and then I tip forward. So some people will be here. And this is painful. This might be strenuous on you, so you'll stay here and you try to hold it for as long as you can. For others who have more mobility in their shoulder, you're gonna start to lift up. Breathe in through your nose. Out through your mouth. Breathe in through your nose. Out through your mouth. Awesome. Okay? So, one major mistake that I would like to point out is that sometimes people make it so that their knee goes out to the side. So this is a common mistake on a Chinese spiral. But I love Chinese spirals that are directly behind the head. You want to try to keep this knee directly behind your head. Okay? So let's do the other side. So I'm going to put my right arm on the chair and I'm going to make space enough for me to keep this arm straight when I begin. And then I'm going to grab the inside of my left foot and I'm going to tip forward. Oh, and there I go again. So you got to be careful. I think the squishy mat is keeping me off balance, but I'm gonna do it anyways. I want to create more mobility with my ankle, so this squishy mat forces me to strengthen my muscles down there. Okay, so I'm gonna put my hand on the chair and grab the inside of my foot, and I'm starting to tip forward, and I'm pulling my hand above my head, and using my shoulder to pull my two foot. I really feel it in the backs of my legs. Breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth. Breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth. Awesome. There you have it, guys. That's the Chinese spiral. I hope that you enjoyed all these different stretches that helped you achieve this beautiful position that you could do in your programs and whenever you're just having a good time on the ice. Love you all so much, and I'll see you for tomorrow for day 5 of the Stretch with Michelle series. Bye!